So, welcome everyone, and you're on the channel of East Meets West on leadership. We're talking about leadership development. We are doing this program so that our leaders can develop and improve their skills in leading their teams, their followers. And so let us add value to you today as Coach Harish and myself will be talking about mindset and about fixed versus growth mindset. Now, when you think of mindset, is that it's the way you think, right? The way you may be wired, the way the things that happened in your life, your experience, all of it shaped who you have become. So I'm going to invite Coach Harish as he share about resetting your mindset, about your fixed mindset, my fixed mindset, and how do we develop into a growth mindset. Coach Harish.
Good evening, India. Good afternoon, my friends in Guyana. And in between, good afternoon, good evening, and good morning to whosoever is going to listen to this recast, telecast. Shanti, I feel we need to give more to leadership. And good that you created this thought. Leaders need to be created. They are not born. They become leaders through their daily disciplines, through their daily shift in their changing their behaviors in who they are to who they need to become. So I'm very happy and proud that today, our second episode, East meets West on leadership. So, this part of the world where I live, India and Asia, and this part of Southeast Asia, Middle East, and your part of the world, you live close to America, close to those people who need to showcase their leadership to the world. So I'm so happy and delighted that we are going to share our thoughts with the people of this world. When East can meet West in leadership, what stops you from growing yourself to be good to great leaders? Very happy, proud, and looking forward to today's session with you on growth mindset versus fixed mindset.
Thank you, Coach Harish. Yes. Now, many people might wonder what do you mean growth mindset and fixed mindset. And I think of John Maxwell said that be growth oriented instead of goal oriented, right? And so sometimes we set a target, and some of us as leaders, we think that there is a arrival date. There's an arrival date. Okay, I'm gonna get here, and I'm gonna be this, and I'm gonna be doing this. But then, how do we know that there's no arrival date? So for us, if you think that there's an arrival date when you are going to be developed or you're going to be good, and therefore when would that be? You will never know that. And also is that there's no arrival date. It's constant and never ending improvement as we learn it. So Coach Harish, tell us what are some of the fixed mindset so that our viewers can also see, and understand what does that looks like, because some of us can be in an unconscious incompetent state thinking that we are growth oriented people, but then we might be living, we call bad behaviors.
I would like to share here when I have been doing this reset your mindset, a lot of dirt has been accumulated in the mind. A lot of garbage has been collected there, stored there for years together. How do you move them clean it up, and sow a seed which will grow. People have been living the same life for years together.
Clean it up and sow a seed which will grow.
Sorry.
I want people to learn that they need to bring that decision in their mind that they need to become good. And for becoming good, they need to clean up themselves. Dirt accumulates over a period of time if you don't wash, clean, and have a good hygiene. Similarly, as you know, me and you, our nails, we have to cut it once a week, if not more, because they are growing. If you don't cut them for 10 days, 15 days, a month, they're going to grow and not going to look good. So, similarly, the mind muscles need to grow. And if you don't sharpen your mind, how will you grow yourself to become the person that you need to become? What stops you is your past. The way you have lived your past, the people you are surrounded by, they stop you from growing your mind. And when those muscles stop growing, there's a decay and there's a loss, and people become stagnant, which we called fixed. Have you seen when water gets stagnant? It doesn't move. Have you seen when the river is flowing? There's a difference. So, my thought on this is you need to attract more of what you want and less of what you don't want. But do you know what you want? Do you know what you want in your life, in your business, in your profession, in your organization? When you don't know, what do? You learn. And when you learn, what happens? You get some new information coming into you. But if you stop that information to come, what is going to happen? This is the way I do, and I will continue to do in this way and get the same results that I always got in my life. Now, what would you call it? Fixed, predetermined, decided, and keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. I'll just share a thought with you. Failure is the limit of my abilities. That's a fixed mindset. And failure is an opportunity to grow. So there are two sets of people. The growth guy speaks about opportunity. And the fixed guy says limit. This is my limit. Now, how do you change that? You have to get into the zone of thinking. Is this my purpose in life? Is this what I need to do? Or keep doing something new every day? So, as I mentioned to you, growth is inevitable, growth needs to happen, and growth will happen. Even in the jungles, the weeds grow. And when the farmer is tilling the land, he is feeding with manure, water, and good soil. He is getting good products from his land. So, similarly in leadership, and I have seen the last 18 months, those with a fixed mindset have perished. Yes, please note it down. Those with a fixed mindset have perished because they did not look the pandemic as an opportunity to grow themselves as leaders, their tribe, their people, their community, even their family, because they thought those days will come back. And the people who were having a different, which I say, going ahead, moving ahead, forward looking, they took it as an opportunity. They pivoted. They started learning something new. And work for home, some people has been an opportunity to do one, two, three, four, five courses in computers, in learning digital marketing, in learning various aspects of behavior, and becoming a new person. This was a time gifted to you by God. And those of you who have used this time to create a new you in you, I promise you will grow, keep growing, and becoming a new you. And those of you who have not picked it up are either no more there or they're struggling in their current business, job, or they're thinking, what do they need to do? Come to people like you and ask you, Shanti, how do I have a growth mindset? What do I need to leave and what do I need to bring new? Absorb it and keep doing it better than what I did earlier. So, as I said, nails, even this has to be sharpened and it has to be reset so that you can grow to become the person. Opportunities are knocking your door. Just avail of it and look at yourself absorbing the new around you and growing here and here. When you grow, you learn. And when you learn, you earn more. So it's important for you to create that new in you by growing the way you think, the way you listen, and the way you do. It's important. And leadership is all about doing something new every day, taking the risk, learning more. And when you fall, you rise. That's an opportunity because you learned something and now you will never do it to become the new you. And there is so much to do now, I promise you. I'm sure in your part of the world also, there are opportunities, opportunities, opportunities. India as a country has been growing very well. And the last 6 months, everybody has taken this new post pandemic as a new way of growing and becoming the person they could have become only post 20 years. So 20 years has come back to them. And today they are doing that in that manner. And I am proud to share we are growing so fast, so well, that people are going to look at India as the new dominant country globally.
That is very interesting. And indeed, I think that it all starts with our mindset. And it's a choice. In my opinion, it's a choice that we make every day to choose how we would like to think. And some people don't agree with me on this here, but I can tell you that it's a choice daily that we choose whether we're going to be positive or we're going to be leaning on the negative side. And I do remember Les Brown said that, you don't get in life what you want, but you get in life what you are. And so, who are you? What are you thinking? And what are your beliefs? Because all of those things shape what you're going to do. And so, if you think that, when you fail, and I see this happen, I would say experience that when, starting off as a coach years back, and we're talking about, trying to introduce a new concept to someone, and everyone, it was a no, no, no. And so you start doubting yourself, and you have that mindset now that, okay, maybe, you know, I suck at this, right? I can't do this. This is not I am not good at this at all. And so that's a fixed mindset. And when you can recognize that when you're doing certain things that you are in a fixed mindset, then you get to choose, do I want to live here? Do I want to continue here? Or do I choose to do something about it now? What am I going to do about it? And so you get to wake up a morning and said, yes, yesterday has gone. The things them that I happened yesterday, it's gone. What did I learn from it? So that today I can go on to improve, or, even a little 1%. And I do believe 1% better every day compounds, and you have 365% better, right, at the end of the year. So how do you
Sorry.
see it? Do you see your glasses half empty? Do you see it as half full? And thinking about it as in your mindset, and how do you want to change it, right? So yes, Coach Harish shared a few things, and I do believe a lot of the mindset has to do with your environment. And when I say your environment, is that the people around you, right? The people around you is going to shape how you're going to think, the things that they say. How are you going to take it? And do you believe it? And if you're going to run with it. And so some of the people, I remember there's a quote, I think it's Jim Rohn said that you're the average of the 5% that you are around most of the time. So look at those 5 people that you are spending the most time with, and where are they at in life, right? Where they're thinking. Do they challenge you? Do they pull you forward? Do they raise the bar for you, right? And so it starts with your environment and how you are shaping. I know some of us cannot come out of certain environments that we're in. We're surrounded by people that you can't move away from. And so how do I deal with that? Is that every single day I would invest at least an hour, 30 minutes, depends on my time for that day, but not less than 30 minutes into listening to something that will inspire me, that reminds me who I am, and what that I can accomplish in this world. And so when you remember who you are and what do you want to do and what you're capable of doing and why you're here on this earth, you get fuel back. And I say fuel because every single day, if you're driving, your gasoline tank will empty, or your diesel, whatever you're using, but you need to go fill it back, right? And so I would think of your mind as that. What are you fueling that mind with, right? And if you're not giving it that growth mindset that you need to hear daily to keep building yourself and remind yourself and work through that, then you would have where you will have lapses or relapses, right? And you might go back into your fixed mindset. But I'm gonna ask Coach Harish here that, is it that sometimes we move from fix to growth, and I don't believe that we actually ever always in a growth mindset. Sometimes we pull back into a fixed mindset, but then the goal is how quick do we get ourselves to jump out of it? What are your thoughts on that?
Shanti, it's very beautifully put. Your environment. The five, six, seven people you are surrounded by is your environment. And you have the power, number one, you have the choice to change your environment. Now, do you want to change or do you want to let it be is your decision. But if you ask me, You need to listen to your inside and say, I need to do something new every day. Every day of the week, I need to do one great thing in my life. And the next 7 days, it has to be better than what it was yesterday. And every day, when you keep growing, just look at yourself. Even if you go 5% growth in who you were yesterday to who you become tomorrow, the amount of shift that's going to happen. And life is a great challenge, it's a great journey, especially the extra that you do with yourself. That's your quality, that's your mind, which is shaping up to take you to a new journey, a new destination. And I must share with you, you have no risk. What is the worst case that's going to happen? You will fall. And when you fall, you learn. And when you learn, you rise again, never to make it happen. So, failure is an opportunity to grow. And you can learn everything you want to, provided you say, I need to learn, I need to do, and I need to become. These affirmations as a leader, if you're going to make, you're going to create followership. And if you have that as a leader, doing something new, becoming something new, a growing mind every day of the month, just imagine how each one of you is going to grow beyond proportion. And when you bring in consistency, so clarity, communication, and consistency will take you on the journey of growth, growth, growth. And you will love it. I promise you. Growing your muscles will give you a good body. Growing your mind will give you a good thought process, a good communication sense. And when your mind accepts that, and you keep doing it over and over again, not only are you going to learn more, but you will become better as a leader, as a individual, that I have a growth mindset and not a negative or a fixed mindset that I don't grow every day. So it's important how you bring this down, and consistency is required. So my feeling is you got to be consistent in whatever you do. If you cut your nails every week, do it. Don't wait for 10 days to happen. And don't blame, I lost the nail cutter, or I was busy. See, excuses do not take you on the journey, but ownership of your thoughts, words, and actions will take you on the journey of growth. And when you want the results that you desire, you remember last time I spoke about write your desired statement. This is what I want every single day. And when you write more than yesterday, and then you celebrate every evening that you did what you had desired, what a new life is going to shape up. And this is the only tool. The more you sharpen it, the better you become. And the more you grow it, the more visibility you get in this world. And people acknowledge he has grown from who he was, or she has grown from who she was, in her attitude, in her behavior, in her becoming the person. She is showing to the world that she has a quality to lead, and leaders will always be in the front, and followers will always be in the behind. And those people who sulk are those people who have a fixed mindset. So you have a choice. Who do you want to become? And in my country and this part of the world, it has dawned upon them that they need to keep growing, running, chasing. And now is the time to do the 100 meters, stay ahead of everybody, and capture the market globally. And I'm proud to say India has been vaccinated very well, and the desire of the people to travel has started. I myself traveled 4 days back, first time after about 15 months, and I wish to travel every week so that I can reach out to more and more leaders so that they become great leaders and legends in future times. Great opportunity, great opportunity.
Yes. I do like the part that think about your desires. And as leaders, it all determined by your attitude. Right? The attitude that you have determines everything that you will do and how you will proceed it. I always remember there's a tier model that talks about your thoughts and the things that you think. Sometimes we formulate so many things in our head, and those things generate how we will feel. And based on your emotions, what you're feeling at that point will determine what actions you're going to go take. And so if your actions are in line with what you want to achieve in life, then you will get the results of what you want. So what are your thoughts? Where are your attitude towards the things you want to do in life? And remember that a tree is dying if it's not growing. And you get a choice to see, do I want to pretty much end it here, that I have arrived at all that I can be? Have I reached my maximum here and this is it? Maybe people are telling you that too in your life, that some people say, why you're doing so many things, Shanti, how you're managing this and that, and why can't you slow down, why can't you and so there's so many people like that gonna be in your life, and you get to choose, do I settle, do I step in my bed and stay comfortable where I am at right now and give up? And yes, there are people like that in your lives, in your organizations, in your communities, in your, I would say, among your friends and your families, will have people where they have reached their maximum and they've settled, right? And you get to choose. You could be somebody who, yes, is alive, people are seeing you, but pretty much you're already dead, just waiting to be buried because you've given up, you've stopped growing, and you're slowly dying, not knowing that is happening. Sadly, that is the reality of many people's life in this part of the world. And there are people out there who are growth mindset people and want to do better, want to challenge themselves and to grow daily into who I would say God would have made them to be in this world. And they have, when they reach the end of their life, they said, I have done everything that I was put here to do. Right. And there's no regrets. There's no remorse, or you look back and say, I wish I have done this, I wish I didn't listen to this person, I wish that I went off and do what I wanted to do, what was put on my heart. And the strengths and those things that you were blessed with, that you actually took it and used it and did great things with it rather than dying with it. And so there's no regret. And that's the goal, why we're doing these programs, is to help you, that you don't live with regrets, that you reach to the end of your life and say you are sorry that you didn't do, or you wished you didn't do you did this. And so this is to help you reprogram, rewire, unlearn whatever is needed at this point in your life, so that you can get on that path of a growth mindset. And every time you slipped into a fixed mindset, that you're able to pull yourself out back and say, no, I want to be a growth oriented person. And growth mindset people don't settle. They keep pushing their challenge, and as Coach Harish said, they do something new. So that didn't work. That's okay. Go try something else, right? Maybe there's so much no's in your life, but there's gonna be one yes, and so you never give up. One day you will get the yes. So continue pressing forward. Don't allow your negative self-limiting beliefs and those thoughts that maybe were programmed into you by maybe even your families and even your teachers from kids. Those things were, growing in you, and now it's maturing and bringing forward the fruits of fixed mindset. Right? And so now it's time to unlearn certain things so that you can start to grow. And that is all on you. That is on you, because it's you get to choose. And that's the power of this. And I think this is a powerful part of life, is that we do have a choice in how we approach everything and what we can do. So, and indeed also, your success is lies in your daily routine. You hear that from every speaker every day. What are you doing to get closer to where you want to be? So if you are one day on and next day off, I can guarantee you that you will not be motivated enough to continue pressing forward. So it's daily, daily, consistently doing. Whether it's push-ups to lose some weight, whether it's you want to get better into an area, so you want to develop mastery that takes, they said, 10,000 hours to develop mastery. So are you doing daily, putting in what's needed so that you are growing? So don't fall back into a mindset that is going to take you, I would say, to your grave in regret.
Very true, very true.
Coach
When you
Harris.
control your mind, you control your time, you control your life, you will keep growing, growing, growing. So you have the choice today. Shanti very well said. Make up your mind today. Where do you belong? Here or there? And when you wish to grow, nobody can stop you. Only you can stop yourself. So get hold of that. Take charge of your life. Take charge of your mind. And take charge of your time. And go ahead and create that routine which says what one thing new I will do today, what two things I will do tomorrow, what three I will do during the week, and you see how life is going to change for you. And I bless you all for listening to us. Thank you very much for doing this program of enlightening your part of the leaders and giving me an opportunity to share my part of the leaders, how they are going around creating great teams, creating great value, and creating future leaders by leading them from the front and being them with them 24 by 7 and charging to do something new. Innovation is happening globally, but you need to come out and do it first and get the first mover heads on. And that's an opportunity for everybody today. Post COVID, shake up, shape up, and show up. So, shake up, shape up, and show up. That's the new mantra you need to take charge of. And you can do that. Make yourself a promise that I will do better than what I did yesterday, and your life is going to change, and you're going to emerge as the best leader tomorrow.
Definitely. I thought of shake up as in maybe shaking off, shake off all the self limiting beliefs and shape up and show up. Definitely. And so thank you, Coach Harish. And we're going to close our session here until next week, Thursday at 12:30 Guyana time, 10 p.m. India time. And we thank you. We challenge you here to share some of your questions and maybe some of your doubts, your fears that you may be having, that, how can we add value to you? I do believe that you're made to do great things in this world. And it's just left up to you to believe that you are made to be great and you're powerful and you can do this. So see you next week at 12:30 next Thursday.
Thank you, Shanti. Look after your part of the world, and I take charge of my part of the world. Thank you, and thank you for hosting this show. Brilliant.
Thank you, Coach Harish. Take care.